or the impersonalist, the meditator and the devotee. Here, the Lord clearly tells Arjuna that he is making him the first receiver of a new parampara, disciplic succession, because the old succession was broken. It was the Lord. It was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to others. And it was his wish that his teachings be distributed anew by Arjuna. He wanted Arjuna to become the authority and understand the Bhagavad Gita. So we so he wanted Arjuna to become the authority and understand Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjuna, especially because Arjuna was a devotee of the Lord, a direct student of Krishna, and his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjuna's. That is to say, he must be a devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is a very elaborate subject matter, but briefly it can be stated that a devotee is in a relation with the Supreme Person of Godhead in one of the five different ways. Number one may be a devotee in a passive state. Number two, one may be a devotee in an active state. Number three, one may be a devotee as a friend. Number four, one may be a devotee as a parent. Number five, one may be a devotee as a conjugal lover. Arjuna was in a relationship with the Lord as a friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship and the friendship found in the material world. This is transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord, and that relationship is evoked by perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, not only have we forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Every living entity out of many billions of and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. That is called Swarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Swarupa, and that stage is called Swarupa Siddhi, perfections of one constitutional position. So Arjuna was a devotee and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. How Arjuna accepted this Bhagavad Gita should be noted. His manner of acceptance is given in the 10th chapter, 10.12 to 14.
Prabhu, thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, there's
Okay,
someone
Hare
wants to
Krishna.
continue. Varun Prabhu or Aero Prabhu
Yes,
or
Prabhu.
Subhuddhi
I will
Prabhu.
continue.
Hare Krishna, Subhuddhi Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Should I continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. From here.
Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Ashito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime Sarvametadritam Manye Yanmam Vadashi Keshava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidur Deva Nadanava. Arjun said, "You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the pure, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyas confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality." After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjun accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman, but the Supreme Living Being or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Brahman. Paramdhama means that he is the supreme rest or abode of everything. Pavitram means that he is pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusham means that he is the supreme enjoyer. Shashwatam, eternal. Divyam, transcendental. Adidevam, the original supreme personality of Godhead. Ajam, the unborn, and Vibhum, the greatest. Now one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjun, Arjun was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjun, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead not only by himself but by authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasadeva. These are great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjun tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvametadritam manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjun also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand and that he cannot be known even by the great demigods. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So, how can a human being understand Lord Shri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord Shri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjun, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, we should at least theoretically accept Shri Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Someone can continue.
Okay, Ero Prabhu or Lebohang Prabhu. No, Ero Prabhu or Subhuti Prabhu or Pranjal Prabhu. Okay, Haribol, I can read also. Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways. As Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist. Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are few who are actually inquiring about their position, as to what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he does not want suffering, but rather wants to make a solution to all suffering, then one is not to be considered a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jignasa, Atado Brahma Jignasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the Absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering, or where they came from, and where they shall go after death, and are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Person of Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna. Lord Krishna descends specifically to re-establish the real purpose of life when man forgets that purpose. Even then, out of many human beings who awaken, there may be one who actually enters the spirit of understanding his position. And for him, this Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Actually, we are all swallowed by the tigress of nescience, but the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. To this end, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna was above all ignorance. But Arjuna was put into ignorance on the battlefield of Kurukshetra just to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life, so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generations of human beings and chalk out the plan of life. Then man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of human life. The subject of Bhagavad Gita entails the comprehension of five basic truths. First of all, the science of God is explained, and then the constitutional position of the living entities, jivas. There is Ishvara, which means the controller, and there are jivas, the living entities, which are controlled. If a living entity says that he is not controlled, but he is free, then he is insane. The living being is controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. So in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with the Ishvara, the supreme controller, and the Jivas, the controlled living entities. Prakriti, material nature, and time, the duration of existence of the whole universe or the manifestation of material nature, and karma, activity, are also discussed. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. All living entities are engaged in different activities. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is, what the living entities are, what Prakriti is, what the cosmic manifestation is, how it is controlled by time, and what the activities of living entities are. Out of these five basic subject matters in Bhagavad Gita, it is established that the Supreme Godhead or Krishna or Brahman or the Supreme Controller or Paramatma, you may use whatever name you like, is the greatest of all. The living beings are in duality like the Supreme Controller. For instance, the Lord has control over the universal affairs of material nature, as will be explained in the later chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Material nature is not independent, she is acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Krishna says, Maya dakshena prakriti shuyate sa characharam. This material nature is working under my direction. When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind this cosmic manifestation there is a controller. Nothing could be manifest without being controlled. It is childish not to consider the controller. For instance, a child may think that an automobile is quite wonderful to be able to run without a horse or animal or other animal pulling it. But a sane man knows the nature of the automobile's engineering arrangement. He always knows that behind the machinery there is a man, a driver. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the driver under whose direction everything is working. Now the jivas or the living entities have been accepted by the Lord, as we will note in the later chapters, and his parts and parcels. A particle of gold is also gold. A drop of water from the ocean is also salty, and similarly with the living entities being part and parcel of the Supreme Controller Ishvara or Bhagavan Lord Sri Krishna, we have all the qualities of the Supreme Lord in minute quantity. Because we are minute Ishvaras, subordinate Ishvaras, we are trying to control nature, as presently we are trying to control space or planets, and this tendency to control is there because it is in Krishna. But although we have a tendency to lord it over material nature, we should know that we are not the supreme controller. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita. What is material nature? This is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita as inferior prakriti. Inferior nature. The living entity is explained as the superior prakriti. Prakriti is always under control, whether inferior or superior. Prakriti is female and he is controlled by the Lord just as the activities of a wife are controlled by the husband. Prakriti is always subordinate, predominated by the Lord, who is the predominator. The living entities and material nature are both predominated, controlled by the Supreme Lord. According to the Gita, the living entities, although parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are to be considered Prakriti. This is clearly mentioned in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim viddime param jiva bhutam. This material nature is my inferior Prakriti, but beyond this is another Prakriti, Jiva Bhutam, the living entities. Material nature itself is constituted by the three qualities, the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. Above these modes, there is eternal time, and by a combination of these modes of nature and under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities which are called karma. These activities are being carried out from time immemorial, and we are suffering or enjoying the fruits of our activities. For instance, suppose I'm a businessman and have worked very hard with intelligence and have amassed a great bank balance. Then I'm an enjoyer. But then say I have lost all my money in business, then I'm a sufferer. Similarly, in every field of life, we enjoy the result of our work or we suffer the results. This is called karma. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, Jiva, the living entity, Prakriti, nature, Kala, eternal time, and Karma, activity, are all explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Out of these five, the Lord, the living entities, material nature, and time are eternal. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Some philosophers say that the manifestation of material nature is false, but according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or according to the philosophy of the Vaishnavas, this is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season, which nourishes the grains. As soon as the rainy season is over, and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. But this cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is the separated energy of the Lord. And similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, although they are not separated but eternally related. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature, and time are all interrelated and are all eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering of or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial, but we can change the result of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what or sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities. But this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. The position, okay, one more. Oh, this is really long one. Let's see how far we get.
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, 1 second. I find the place. Oh, here. Yes, Prabhu, you can
The
continue.
position, okay, bro. The position of Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, is that of supreme consciousness. The jivas or the living entities, being parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord, are also conscious. Both the living entity and the material nature are explained as Prakriti, the energy of the Supreme Lord. But one of the two, the jiva, is consciousness, is conscious. The other Prakriti is not conscious. That is the difference. Therefore, the jiva Prakriti is called superior because the jiva has consciousness, which is similar to the Lord's. The Lord is supreme consciousness. However, w- and one should not claim that jiva, the living entity, is also supremely conscious. The living being cannot be supremely conscious at any stage of his perfection, and the theory that he can be so in misleading theory. Conscious he may be, but he is not perfectly or supremely conscious. The distinction between the jiva and Ishvara will be explained in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is Kshetra Gyan, conscious, as is the living entity, but the living being is conscious of his particular body, whereas the Lord is conscious of all bodies. Because he lives in the heart of every living entity, he is conscious of the psychic movements of the particular jivas. We should not forget this. It is also explained that the Paramatma, the Supreme Person of Godhead, is living in everyone's heart as Ishvara, as a controller. And he is giving directions for the living entity to act as he desires. The living entity forgets what to do. First of all, he makes a determination to act in a certain way, and then he is entangled in the actions and reactions of his own karma. After giving up one type of body, he enters another type of body. As we take off and put on clothes. As the soul thus migrates, he suffers the actions and reactions of his past activities. These activities can be arranged when the living entity is in the mode of goodness, insanity, and understands what sort of activities he should adopt. If he does so, then all the actions and reactions of his past activities can be changed. Consequently, karma is not eternal. Therefore, we stated that one of the five items, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, time, and karma, four are eternal, whereas karma is not eternal. The supreme conscious Ishvara, is similar to the living entity in this way. Both the consciousness of the Lord and that of living entity are transcendental. It is not that consciousness is generated by the association of matter. That is mistaken idea. That is a mistaken idea. The theory that consciousness develops under a certain circumstance of material combination is not accepted in the Bhagavad Gita. Consciousness may be pervertedly reflected by covering of material circumstances, just as light reflected through colored glass may appear to be a certain color, but the consciousness of the Lord is not materially affected. Lord Krishna says, "Ma- Mayadha Mayadha Krishnena Prakriti." When he descends into the material universe, his consciousness is not materially affected. If he were if he was so affected, he would be unfit to speak on the transcendental matters as he does in the Bhagavad Gita. One cannot say anything about the transcendental world without being free from materially contaminated consciousness. So the Lord, so the Lord is not materially contaminated. Our consciousness at the present moment, however, is materially contaminated. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that we have to purify this materially contaminated consciousness. In pure consciousness, our actions will be devo- detailed, do it, yeah, detailed to the will of the Ishvara, and that will make us happy. It is not that we have to cease all activities. Rather, our activities are to be purified, and purified activities are called bhakti. Activities in bhakti appear to be like ordinary activities, but they are not contaminated. An ignorant person may seem that the devotee is acting or working like an ordinary man, but such person with a poor fund of knowledge does not know that the activities of the devotee the Lord or of the Lord are contaminated by the impure consciousness or matter. They are transcendental to the three modes of nature. We should know, however, that at this point our consciousness is contaminated. When we are materially contaminated, we are called conditioned. False consciousness is exhibited under the impression that I am a product of material nature. That is called false ego. One should be absorbed in the sort of conceptions that cannot understand his situation. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to liberate one from the bodily conception of life. Arjuna put himself in this position in order to receive this knowledge from the Lord. One must become free from the bodily conception of life. That is preliminary activity for the transcendentalist. One who wants to become free, who wants to become liberated, must first of all learn that he is not the material body. Mukti or liberation means freedom from material consciousness. In Srimad Bhagavatam, also the definition of liberation is given. Mukti, Muktir hitvan yata rupam swarupena vyava- vyavas- vyavastha stitihi. Mukti means that Mukti means liberation from the contaminated consciousness of this material world and situation in pure consciousness. All the instructions of Bhagavad Gita are intended to awaken this pure consciousness, and therefore we find at last stage of the Gita's instructions that Krishna is asking Arjuna whether he is now purified in consciousness. Purified consciousness means acting in accordance with the instructions of the Lord. This is the this is the whole sum and substance of purified consciousness. Consciousness is already there because we are part and parcel of the Lord. But for us, there is affinity of being affected by the inferior modes. But the Lord, but the Lord being the supreme, is never affected. That is the difference between the supreme Lord and the small individual souls. What is consciousness? This consciousness is I am. Then what am I? In contaminated consciousness, I am means I am the Lord. I am the Lord of all I survey. I am the enjoyer. The world revolves because every living being thinks that he is the Lord and creator of the material world. Material consciousness has two psychic dimensions. One is that I am the creator, and the other is that I am the enjoyer. But actually, the Supreme Lord is both the creator and the enjoyer, and the living entity. Being a part and the parcel of the Supreme Lord is neither the creator nor the enjoyer, but a cooperator. He is created and the enjoyed. For instance, a part of the machine cooperates with the whole machine. A part of the body cooperates with the whole body. The hands and legs are and so on are all parts of the body, but they are not actually the enjoyers. The stomach is the enjoyer. The legs move the legs move, the hands supply food, the feet chew, and all parts of the body are engaged in satisfying the stomach. The stomach is a principal factor that nourishes the body's organs, the body's organization. Therefore, everything is given to the stomach. One nourishes the tree by watering its root, and the roo- and the one nour- and one nourishes the body by feeding the stomach. For if the body is to be kept in a healthy state, then the parts of the body must cooperate to feed the stomach. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the enjoyer and the creator, and we, as subordinate living beings, are meant to cooperate to satisfy Him. This cooperation will actually help us just as food taken by the stomach will help all other parts of the body. If the fingers of if the fingers of the hand think that they should take the food themselves instead of giving it to the stomach, then we will be frustrated. The central figure of creation and of enjoyment is the Supreme Lord, and the living entities are cooperators. By cooperation, they enjoy. The relation is also like that of a master and a servant. If the master is fully satisfied, then the servant is satisfied. Similarly, Similarly, the Supreme Lord should be satisfied, although the tendency to become the creator and the tendency to enjoy the material world are there also the living entities, because these tendencies are there in the Supreme Lord who has created and manifested the cosmic world. We shall find, therefore, in this Bhagavad Gita that the complete whole is comprised of the Supreme Controller, the control living entities, the cosmic manifestation, eternal time, and karma or activities. And all the supreme and all these are explained in this text. All of these taken completely form the complete whole, and the complete whole is called the supreme absolute truth. The complete whole and the complete absolute truth are the complete personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. All manifestations are due to his different energies. He is the complete whole. It is also explained in the Gita that the impersonal Brahman is also subordinate to the complete supreme person. Brahmagno hi pratishthitam. Brahman is more explicitly explained in the Brahma Sutra to be like the rays of the sunshine. The impersonal Brahman is the shining rays of the supreme person of Godhead. Impersonal Brahman is incomplete realization of the absolute whole. And also is the conception of Paramatma. In the 15th chapter, it shall be seen that the supreme person of Godhead, Purushottama, is the above both impersonal Brahman and the partial realization of Paramatma. The supreme personality of Godhead is called Satchit Ananda Vigraha. The Brahma Samhita begins in this way: Ishvara Paraha Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Anandir Adi Purush Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Govinda Krishna, the cause of all causes. He is the primal cause, and he is the very form of eternity. Knowledge and bliss. Impersonal Brahman realization is the realization of his eternity feature. Paramatma realization is a realization of such eternal knowledge, but realization of the personality of God and Krishna is a realization of all transcendental features, such Chit and Ananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss in complete Vigraha form. People with less intelligence consider the supreme truth to be impersonal, but he is a transcendental person, and this is confirmed in all Vedic literatures. Nityo Nityama Nityo Nityama Chetanam. Katha Upanishad 2.213. As we as we are all individual living beings and we have our own individuality, the supreme absolute truth is also in the ultimate issue. A person and realization of person of Godhead is realization of all the transcendental features in its complete form. The complete whole is not formless. If he is formless, or if he is less than any other being or any other thing, then he cannot be the complete whole. The complete whole must have everything within our experience and beyond our experience. Otherwise, it cannot be complete. The complete whole, personality of Godhead, has immense potencies. Parasya Saktir Vividhyaya Suryate. How Krishna is acting in the different potencies is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. The phenomenal world or material world in which we are placed is also complete in itself because uh, because of 24 elements of which this material universe is temporary manifestation. According to Sankhya philosophy, are completely adjusted to produce complete resources which are necessary for the maintenance and subsistence of the universe. There is nothing extraneous, nor is there anything needed. This manifestation has its own time fixed by the energy of the supreme whole, and when time is complete, these temporary manifestations will be annihilated by the complete arrangement of the complete. There is complete facility for the small complete units, namely the living entities, to realize the complete, and all sorts of incompleteness are experienced due to incomplete knowledge of the complete. So Bhagavad Gita contains the complete knowledge of Vedic wisdom. All Vedic knowledge is infallible. Hindu accept and the Hindus accept Vedic knowledge to be complete and infallible. For example, cow dung is the stool of an animal, and according to Smriti or Vedic instruction, if one touches the stool of an animal, he has to take bath to purify himself. But in Vedic scriptures, cow dung is considered to be purifying agent. One might consider this to be contradictory, but it is accepted because it is Vedic instruction, and indeed by accepting this, one will not commit a mistake. Subsequently, it has been proven by modern science that cow dung contains all antiseptic properties. So Vedic knowledge is complete because it is above all doubts and mistakes. And Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is not a question of research. Our research work is imperfect because we are researching things with imperfect senses. We have to accept perfect knowledge when it comes down, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. By the parampara, disciplic succession. We have to receive knowledge from the proper source in disciplic succession, beginning with the supreme spiritual master, the Lord Himself, and handed down to a succession of spiritual masters. Arjuna, the student who took lessons from Lord Sri Krishna, accepts everything that he says without contradicting him. One is not allowed to accept one portion of Bhagavad Gita and not another. No, we must accept Bhagavad Gita without interpretation, without deletion, and without our own whimsical participation in the matter. The Gita should be taken as the most perfect presentation of Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is received from transcendental sources, and the first words were spoken by the Lord Himself. Probably scroll down. The words were spoken by the Lord. The words The words spoken by the Lord are called aphoreshaya. meaning that they are different from words spoken by a person of the mundane world who is infected with four defects. A mundaner is sure to commit mistakes, invariably illusion, has tendency to cheat others, is limited by imperfect senses. With these four imperfections, one cannot deliver perfect information of all pervading knowledge. Vedic knowledge is not imparted by such defective living entities. It was imparted unto the heart of Brahma, the first created living being, and Brahma is in turn disseminated to this knowledge to his sons and disciples, as he originally received it from the Lord. The Lord is Purnam, all perfect, and there is no possibility of his becoming subjected to the laws of material nature. One should therefore be intelligent enough to know that the Lord is only proprietor of everything in the universe, and that he is the original creator. The creator of Brahma. In the 11th chapter, the Lord is addressed as Prapitatmaha because Brahma is addressed as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and he is the creator of the grandfather. So no one should claim that the proprietor of anything. One should accept only things set aside for him by the Lord as his quota for his maintenance. There are many examples given of how we utilize those things which are set aside for us by the Lord. This, this also explains the Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning, Arjuna decides that he should not fight the battle of Kurukshetra. This was his own decision. Arjuna told the Lord that it was not possible for him to enjoy the kingdom after killing his own kinsman. This decision was based on the body because his thinking was that of his thinking was that the body was himself. This was based on he was thinking that the body was himself and his bodily relations or expansions were his brothers, nephews, brother-in-laws, grandfathers, and so on. Therefore, he wanted to satisfy his bodily demands. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord just to change this view. And at the end, Arjuna says to fight under the directions of the Lord. When he says, Karishye Vachanam Tava, I shall act according to your word. In this world, men are meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. Men must be intelligent to realize the importance of human life and refuse to act like ordinary animals. A human being should realize the aim of his life, and this direction is given in all Vedic literatures. And the essence is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedic literature is meant for the human beings, not for the animals. Animals can kill other living animals, and there is no question of sin on their part. But if a man kills an animal for the satisfaction of his uncontrolled taste, he must be he must be responsible for breaking the laws of nature. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that there are three kinds of activities according to the different modes of nature: the activities of goodness, of passion, and of ignorance. Similarly, there are three kinds of eatables, also eatables in the goodness, passion, and ignorance. All of this is certainly described, and if we properly utilize instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified, and ultimately we will be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. The destination is called Sanatan sky, the eternal spiritual sky. Yad
Okay, Haribol.
yes,
One
Prabhu.
second, Prabhu. We need to jump a little part because the time is oh yeah, we were just coming to these. Let's read few of these verses, but we cannot read all because there's so many.
Okay, Prabhu.
Maybe from here. There was few nice verses I need to take because Prahlad Prabhu showed these verses in the last Istagoshti, I think,
Yes, Prabhu.
glorifying the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let's read these short ones from here. Who wants to read? I can read the first one. The Lord further says, Bhagavad Gita 9 to 9:32-33. Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepishu shu papayonaya striyo vaishyastata shudras tepi anti param gatim. किं पुनर्ब्रह्मणः पुण्या भक्ता राजार्षयस्तथा अनित्यम् असुखं लोकम् imam prapya bhajasva mam. Thus the Lord says that even a merchant, a fallen woman, or a laborer, or even human being in the lowest status of life can attain the supreme. One does not need highly developed intelligence. The point is that everyone who accepts the principles of Bhakti Yoga and accepts the Supreme Lord as the summum bonum of life, as the highest target, the ultimate goal, can approach the Lord in the spiritual sky. If one adopts the principles enunciated in Bhagavad Gita, he can make his life perfect and make a permanent solution to all problems of life. This is the sum and substance of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Where did we? What happened? Oh, here. In conclusion, Bhagavad Gita is a transcendental literature which one should read very carefully. Gita Shastram idam punyam yah pated prayatah puman. If one properly follows the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, one can be freed from all the miseries of and anxieties of life. Bhaya Shukadivarjita. One will be freed from all fears in this life, and one's next life will be spiritual. Gita Mahatmya 1. There is also a further advantage. Gita Dhyayana Shilasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naiva Shantihi Papani Purva Janma Kritani Cha. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reaction of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. Gita Mahatmya 2. The Lord says very loudly in the last portion of Bhagavad Gita 1866, Sarvadharmam parityagya mamekam sharanam rajaham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma suchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Thus the Lord takes all responsibility for one who surrenders unto him, and what is this? He indemnifies such a person against all reactions of sins. Compensate someone for harm or loss. First time I hear indemnifies. Mala nirmochanam pumcham jala snanam dine dine sakrit gitamrita snanam samsara mala nasanam. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water, but if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganga of water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. Gita Mahatmya 3. Gita Shu Gita Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistarai Yasvayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinih Vinih Vinishrita. Oh, that's hard one. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Person of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. Yeah, here this was the one verse that I wanted to take note of. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. But it is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literature, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Person of Godhead, Gita Mahatmya 4. Yeah, this is really amazing verse for those who say we need to read all Vedas.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna Vek Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Basic Samangula Basic Sagura Shishila Prabhupada. Hare
Hare
Krishna
Prabhu.
Shivaranj Prabhu, Buddha Prabhu, Hero Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, the Radha Das Prabhu, the Radhas.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vivek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Member of Businesses, Guru Shishir Prabhupada.
Guru Dandat Pranam Deshi.
Bharatamrita Sarvasham Vishnu Vaktrad Vinishritam Kita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate. Okay, Prabhu, you can continue.
Oh, Prabhu, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, bro, thank you. One who drinks the water of the Ganges attains salvation. So, what to speak of one who drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essential nectar of the Mahabharata, and it is spoken by Lord Krishna himself, the original Vishnu. Gita Mahatmaya 5. Bhagavad Gita comes from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Ganges is said to emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there is no difference between the mouth and the feet of the Supreme Lord. But from an impartial study, we can appreciate that Bhagavad Gita is even more important than the water of the Ganges. Swaropan Panisado Gavo Dho, sorry, Dugdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrita Mahat. 1 minute, bro. Okay. This Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all the Upanishads is just like a cow, and Lord Krishna, who is famous as a coward boy, is milking this cow. Arjuna is just like a calf, and learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita. Gita Mahatmya 6. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putram Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantrastasya Namni Yani Karma Karmapya Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. In this present day, people are very much eager to have one script, one God, one religion, and one occupation. Therefore, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. Let there be one script only, one common scripture for the whole world. Bhagavad Gita. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. Let there be one God for the whole world. Sri Krishna. Eko Mantras Tasya Namni. And one hymn one mantra, one prayer, the chanting of his name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Karmapyekam tasya devasya seva, and let there be one work only, the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hari Bol.
Oh, Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, now let's do 6 Astakam prayers before it's too late.
It's true.
Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha davagninirvapanam shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivartanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिर्सत्प्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशं मयि जनिननुग्रहा Oh, Hare Krishna, can I probably say some mumble obeisance or Srila Prabhupada?
Hare Krishna, Jani Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Happy Gita Jayanti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhu.
Happy Gita
Please accept
Jayanti.
the humble obeisances,
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhu, please accept my precious obeisances. Yogesh Prabhupada.
How you doing,
Thank you
Prabhu?
very much, Prabhu. Oh, I'm very good.
Prabhu.
Very, very good.
Yes, Prabhu, you're shining again.
I think world is up for today.
It's dark there, but Jani Prabhu is shining.
I think
I don't know.
all magazines are completed, distributed today. I think. Seeing your happiness.
Oh,
Yes, Prabhu.
later, I will post my score later.
Oh,
Oh, yes,
surprise.
Prabhu. I
Surprise.
was waiting for it.
Yes, I just I haven't finished yet. I want to do 1 hour of Halinam at the airport,
Ah, yes,
Reunion
Prabhu.
Island Airport.
Yeah, that's good plan.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm used to do a small Halinam at night sometimes, so I just do it. Sometimes I just go and do it, and sometimes I can distribute some book even at night. So
Yes, Prabhu.
I just want to go. Yes,
Yes, Prabhu. I think it's
because
warm.
this is an airport. Yes, so there's a lot of people, and sometimes they will take a book.
Yes,
So
Prabhu. Yeah, when they fly, they
just
can.
want to try. Yes, when
Hmm.
when they fly, they can read. So just want to do that. I'm just sorry. I just want to
It's okay, bro.
say
It's
Yes,
okay.
Prabhu.
hello.
We are
Hi.
really happy to hear from
Thank
you.
you so much
Yeah.
for your support.
Much Prabhu.
So yes, I want to go now. Vansakalpatarubhyacha
संस्थाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Prabhu.
much, bro.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank
Yeah,
you
Yes,
very much,
bro.
Prabhu. Hare
Yes, sir.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. Hari Bol.
who will read third one?
I'll
Hero
read, bro.
Prabhu can read. Go on, Prabhu.
तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरिः.
Haribo.
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां व जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि
ऐनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितां मां विषमे भवां बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया.
Hero Prabhu can read. Hero Prabhu.
Yeah, is it the sixth one? Nayanam galat ashtaraya varanam katkara rudaya gira pulakarnichitam vapu kada tavanam grahane bhavishyati.
Haribo.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा पार्वेशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहेण मे.
Haribo.
Read Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu can read. Oh, Bhaktajat Prabhu is
अखिलेन्द्रिय
the
Oh, you see?
अखिलेन्द्रिय वद
Bhaktajat.
रत्नं
Lord
पिनन्तु
sister.
मम अदर्शनं मर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा मा विधातु लम्पतो मत् नतस्तु सा एव नपरः.
Haribo.
Haribo.
हरि
Krishna
बोल।
Thank
Chat
you.
Prabhu, Tandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
I
Hare
bold
Krishna.
Jivati is
Hare
accepted
Krishna.
from
Srila Prabhupada.
Nandit Pranam और गुरु शिष्य प्रपात।
First, Gianni Prabhu was here. He just came. Now you came.
Oh Haribo.
We get all the French devotees one by one.
All yogis are and giving blessings for us and going.
Ame Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
can you read the 8 words in tune? I can get it right. The tune.
Oh, this. Aslisya papadratam pinastu mam adarshanan marmahatam karotu va yatha tata va vidata tulampato matpranana tastu saevana praha.
Okay. Thanks, Prabhu.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render action to living beings, and those you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Hare Krishna Karti Prabhu Dandat Pranam Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru,
Standard Pranam Prabhu Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Guru. Hare Krishna.
I bol
Gita
Karti Prabhu Dandat
Jayanti to you.
Pranam Jai Prabhupada. Thank
Please
you
accept my
for
humble
sharing
obeisances. All
your
glories to Prabhupada.
beautiful photo you posted on the Books Course group, Prabhu. Very nice. Thank you. I love your shirt also.
What is this, Prabhu? I sell maybe one book every now and then. You sell hundreds of books every day.
Oh, did
All
Prabhu
glories
post
to you. All
something?
glories to your team.
Prabhu, very nice. The more we have photos, the better we can smash all the nonsense movement and show things are happening in ice game. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
that's a
Haribo.
fact.
Oh, very nice, Prabhu.
All glories to
Now
Prabhupada.
it's
Hare
going.
Krishna. The hoodie, that's a gift from Rishikesh Prabhu, actually.
Oh,
He
really?
gifted this a few months back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice one. I need one too.
This is my favorite hoodie, you know.
Yes, Prabhu, it's really nice. I was just going to say it, and you said that you got it as gift. I was gonna ask where you got it.
What, bro?
Kartik,
Sweater.
please. Can you see the
Oh,
hoodie?
okay.
Yes, like nice Krishna hoodie.
I have seen that photo.
Yes, Prabhu.
Seen that in group. It
Really
was
nice
very
book
nice.
distribution. Who is this person?
And I guess just my friend. I mean, I try. He's a nice guy. He's pious guy. Of course, Indian. Therefore, he's pious. So I was trying to distribute a book. The first time he said he has no money, and the
Oh, yeah.
second time I was kind of pushing. I pushed him a little bit this time. I told him, no. You take this book. You take this book, and you give me the money later. No issue, and he'll pay me back for sure because he's a pious guy and he's
Yes,
not a
Prabhu.
cheater kind of guy. He just didn't have money right now because he's a student. But I just kind of like forced him and kind of took him up. I just told him, no. He's like, no, I don't want to come. I don't want to come. I told him, no, you must. You do one thing. You just come. And then
Oh,
I kind of
Wonderful.
forced him.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Prabhupada he said they must take the medicine somehow or other. And if you do it by force, still they get medicine. This is first class preaching, Prabhu. Thank
yes,
you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu, for reminding this, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol, Prabhu.
He
All
was.
glories to Prabhupada. Yeah, that was on my mind as well. That somehow or other this guy should get a book. Last time I kind of pushed him too much. He almost started crying. So I had to back out. But this time I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. So
Okay.
Next, he will be scared. Prabhu will come in the morning. He will come to his room and he will open the book and now read.
I really want prasadam now, I'm so hungry.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, where do we fill the sadhana report?
Did you ask where or like I didn't hear?
Where? Yeah. Where?
Yeah, in the see here.
Oh, can you add me to the group?
Yes, Prabhu. Are you Varun Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, now I remember your name. Your voice.
Yes,
I will add
Thank
you.
you very much,
Who are
Prabhu.
you added? 1 second. Yeah, first I
Thank
will
you, Prabhu.
share this.
Pranamārjanam bhava.
Where it is? 1 second. This is the Sikshastakam. But why it cannot find you?
At Radhadas, Prabhu. Type at Radhadas.
No?
That Radhadas, sorry. At that Radhadas.
Okay, I will just send it in the group and you can get it.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
And you asked to be added in
The
the
book distribution group, yes, Prabhu.
book distribution group.
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhakta
Sadhana
Jan
report
needs
and
to do that.
okay,
For that, you
Prabhu.
have to ask Jad Prabhu to add you. You can just message Jad Prabhu. He's there in Telegram, and you can just send him your number. He'll add you. Okay.
Sure, Prabhu.
That's
Sure.
right. Hare
Haribol.
Krishna.
Very
Also,
nice.
Vivek
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, what did you have for Prashadam? Because you're staying at home, right? I'm just curious. What did you have?
So, Prabhu?
I had carrot
Vivek
juice.
Prabhu.
Oh, okay.
Carrot juice.
Nice. And what about Prashadam at home? I mean, does your mom make Prashadam for you, or what does she do?
They will also do Ekadashi.
Wow. Pious family, huh?
No.
Very well.
Haribol, this is amazing.
And generally they make Prashadam, or how they do?
They will take sabudana.
No, not in Ekadasi day, in normal days.
Normal days, they will not take, but afternoon, not daily, but one day they will what they cook for lunch they will keep for Krishna for only one day, not daily. Slowly they are.
And they cook without onion garlic, right? Oh, nice. They cook with onion garlic also. That's nice. Your parents don't eat meat?
They will.
Oh, okay. You're the one who will save them, huh?
Haribol.
Save me also, Prabhu, Vivek Prabhu. Give me your blessing also, okay? Don't forget me.
You have to give me blessing, bro.
No. I need your mercy, okay?
No, bro.
Bolja devotees. I do not know who is the devotee who asked, but I put the link of the group of book distribution in the comment section in the chat. So you can join
I
from
got
this
it,
link,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. I got it and I joined.
Bol Prabhu.
Can you
Very
see
good.
this,
Thank you.
Jad Prabhu? Can you see the screen?
Oh yes, Prabhu. Actually, this guy, he was the first guy who took. But the best
Is this
video I
your?
got today.
Is
Yes,
this
Prabhu?
your clip? Is this your clip?
Oh yes, Prabhu. All these videos I did today.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I couldn't watch it yet. I first thought it's Mataji's clip, but it's your clip, Haribol. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I
we
was
have the
going
same
to say,
camera.
I was going to say that. See, this it looks unreal. The stabilization of the camera. See how it doesn't shake almost at all, even though you're walking.
Yes, Prabhu. There is a mode which is called flow state. Even you jump
Oh,
and you run, the picture will still be
yes,
like that.
Prabhu. Yeah, it looks like you have a tripod or something. It's really stable.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, we bought this camera for this very option. Otherwise, before that, we bought like a pen spy and it was horrible. It was
Yes,
moving
Prabhu.
like anything, like you almost vomit when you watch it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now it looks very much nice like that.
Yeah, I think this is the best way to do it. This is the best camera for this. So what said? What was he saying? He's the first one who took.
Prabhu, I don't let people speak. I speak.
Yes, Prabhu.
And actually, and then this guy, it was like the most normal distribution. Like I do people like that so many times. But the best ones, Prabhu, are the third video. The third video, when things like that happen, Prabhu, I do some kirtan for this kind of moment.
Yes, Prabhu, I see it.
It is
What
too.
happens
It is
here
too.
when this person leaves and a big group comes? Do they take something?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I only cut when people don't take. Like that, you
Okay,
only
okay.
get the nectar. And after these guys, there were 3 Matajis. So I approached the 3 Matajis, and one of them, she knew Bhagavad Gita.
Oh,
I was very surprised. And only one of the 3 she gave. Sometimes it happens that only one give or only 2 give, and many times all of them they give. So after this guy, you will see there are 3 Matajis, and only one of them she give.
yes, Prabhu. When you say something about Bhagavad Gita, is it, do you ask, do you know Bhagavad Gita, or
Yes,
like?
Prabhu. Yeah, this is the exact sentence. And say,
So
hi.
when they say yes or no, what do you then
Oh,
say? If they say no, what do you say?
99% of the time they say no.
Yeah.
So I do my mantra, and when they say yes, I say, oh wow, you are one of the most intelligent person I've met.
Mm.
And I say, I approach 60,000 people, maybe 100 they know. So you are first class. You are so smart. Actually, I'm very lucky that I met you. Like that, I push like that.
Yes,
And they're like,
Prabhu.
oh
Yeah, I
no,
remember this.
Prabhu, they do this face like, don't speak like that. But they like. So I
Yes,
push
Prabhu.
like that. Like, oh, you're first class human being. and then this one she didn't take because she was very shy. But sometimes I say, which one you've read? Because they have to see that I am very learned. Like, oh, which one? Gandhi, Sankaracharya, Aurobindo, Vivekananda, Gandhi, which one you read?
Mm.
And they do not know, and they feel very stupid. And I'm like, oh, never mind. I sell the scientific edition of Bhagavad Gita, the most read, the most printed, the most appreciated, the most sold in the world. And like that, they go, oh, wow. And then I do the whole mantra. So this is the only small difference when they already know.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh,
Okay,
very nice.
when they don't know, do you then explain what it is, or do
Oh,
you?
yes, Prabhu. 99% people, they say no. So I say, okay, I do very quickly.
Then
And
then
you
Mataji
see,
says,
Prabhu,
he says the names. Then he says Schopenhauer, all these names.
yeah, bro, I
You
do
do the
like that.
same.
And I do the big 3, Einstein, Mohamed Ali, Mandela. I stop like that. You
Hmm.
can say whoever, like once today I say Tolstoy. Out of nowhere, I said Tolstoy. There is no rules, Prabhu. I just said, and
Hmm.
Tolstoy, he really read Bhagavad Gita. He said, I strongly believe in the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. How can people not be greatly joyful by knowing that there is such a great source of inspiration? This is a real quote from Tolstoy. But
Yes, Prabhu.
mostly, I stop to the recent people like Schopenhauer and Socrates. Sometimes maybe they think, oh, it is very old, boring, old philosophy,
Yes, Prabhu.
gray hair. So I just say Einstein, Mohamed Ali, Mandela, and at the end I say the Beatles. So these are my big 4.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
this I need to remember. These are like the. Now I've started to learn, because I hear the same. When Mataji also distributes, he always says the same things, and even though it's in France, I remember it almost. So now I'm starting
Yeah,
to learn this.
Tips
Chop,
from Pro Book Distributor 101.
I,
How to sell thousands of books a
Yes,
month.
Prabhu. When you crack this, when you crack once you crack the code, you can go grinding. You can go from one person to one person, and you won't, because you're just doing the same thing. Once you crack it, then you're, free to go to anywhere and
but
every person.
actually, Prabhu, I would say there is a basic mantra, not that you learn, but 95% of the time you say it. And then you have the things which happen after,
Yes,
how
Prabhu.
the people react, what they say, how, this thing you have to do person by person. You
Yes,
cannot
Prabhu.
learn. But the basic mantra, we do it like it's automatic, just like the Maha mantra now.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, for
step
me,
by,
I see that the beginning is most important. It needs to be fluent the first 20 seconds, I think. First 30
yes,
seconds. And you cannot
yes,
let
Prabhu,
them
yes,
speak too much during that time. You need to
yes, Prabhu.
present the thing quickly. And usually most often I see then they're ready to give some small donation instead of, arguing or talking something. And I see
Yes,
usually
Prabhu.
when they donate.
But that's why I wanted you to see the third video, not this one, because in the very beginning, the Mataji, not the, no, yes, this one. these two matter, not the like they say no and yes, these two, Prabhu. These two, they laugh from the very beginning. I don't say anything and they are laughing. Like there is one thing I do to make them, I do it in this video. I say, people, how are you? And one of the reply is, fine, and you? And I reply, oh, thank you for asking. This is to make them laugh. You know, in 2 seconds, you make them laugh. Like I say, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, and you? Oh, thanks for asking. Like that, in 5 seconds, we are best friends. You see, they are just laughing. I say nothing. I just present Bhagavad Gita. So when these things happen, I know they will take. And the Mataji on the right, and you know, I show them some pages, and it is very rare. The lady on the left, she will point the pictures, like, oh, it looks so nice.
Oh.
So when they do like that, I do some jokes. Like, you see, she pointed. So I was like,
yeah,
yes, we did it on AI, Microsoft Design. And they're like, oh, wow. I say, no, I'm joking. I painted it myself. Like that, the more they laugh, the more I'm sure they will get attached and they will want to buy. So after it, the Mataji on the right, she had a wallet with peacock feathers.
Oh.
I was like, what? And I said, I will tell her, just see, you see Krishna here? Here's a peacock feather. You must take this magazine. This is a sign from the universe. And they were like, oh, yes, 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 yes. So, and they said the Maha Mantra also. They just love from and this kind of distribution is like a reward to Krishna. Because sometimes we distribute books, people are nice, but nothing happens. But when it is personal like that, I swim in nectar, probably. You see the peacock feather?
Yes,
you
Prabhu,
see?
Yeah. Oh, this is too amazing. She laughed also when she saw the peacock feather.
You know, she gave a small coin and she asked, is it okay? And you know, my joke is to say minimum is 1 cent.
Yes,
That's
Prabhu.
why you saw I do a sum. I like, oh, you know, it's still 100 times more than the minimum I asked.
Oh.
This is my joke. When people, they feel ashamed. Oh, is it okay? Like they are very poor, they're like students. So to make them feel nice, I say like that. Oh, it's 100 times more than what I ask, you know?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is amazing. So usually when you say Muhammad Ali, this Mandela, what was the other two?
Einstein.
Einstein, Mandela, Muhammad Ali. You say this, then do you explain that do you explain the topic then? That yoga, meditation, karma,
Yes, Prabhu.
consciousness?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I say this book was the favorite book of, I say favorite book, or the book they read, how you call it in English? The book you read always, it is next to your bed. How you call that, Prabhu?
I don't know, Prabhu.
Does anyone
My English is
know?
bad.
Like favorite book. And
Yes.
I say they studied. I can say also they studied. And then I say it's about, I always start by saying it's about dreams, yoga, the universe, different species, inner peace, philosophy, you know, all the keywords which comes in your mind at the moment. Sometimes I change, but they are
Yes,
free.
Prabhu.
I keep always dreams, karma, the universe.
Yes, Prabhu.
And then you can say whatever. But these three, they always come in my mind, you know, because on the first magazine, we put a picture of Einstein and there is some galaxies.
Yeah, universe is
it is
really
about,
good.
yes,
Everyone
Prabhu.
likes universe.
Yes, Prabhu. And sometimes you can say the origin of the universe. That maybe they will think about the Big Bang if they are atheists, or they will think about
Yes,
God
Prabhu.
if they are theists. So the more vague you are, the better. You can catch many mentality. So, you know, and you do it quick about karma, meditation, the universe, dreams, different species, spirituality. And I say, there is everything you want in these books. Everything you want. Science. Science is a very nice keyword. Science, you know? And then I say, and I am part of this group founded by Srila Prabhupada, and I always point to Srila Prabhupada. Like this, I know they will see the lotus smile of Srila Prabhupada at least 1 second. And there is a very nice verse in the Bhagavatam about the power of the smiling of a pure devotee. And Prabhupada said, I am not different from my picture. So even they see 1 second Prabhupada smiling, this is the beginning of their going back to Godhead. Not even this lifetime, but this is the beginning.
So you say I'm from this organization called SKM,
Yes.
founded by Prabhupada, and you
Yes,
show the
Prabhu. And
picture.
this magazine is very nice because in French, it is the only one with the logo of ISKM. So I point to them
Yes.
and I say, yeah. And then I say, I was saying that before, but Sunagopal Prabhu, he said, you do like that. So now I say, we give foodstuff to people who are in need. And now I say in India, in Singapore, in Philippines,
Yes,
which
Prabhu.
is true, by the way. And I say, we just ask donation, you give whatever you want, and we save the world with your donation. And they say, oh, it's so nice. It's okay. Oh, sure, we give. And you're like, oh, thank you. And when they give, then you have to tell them which one they want. So at the present moment, I'm distributing 3 magazines, and I say, you like what? Science, philosophy, or spirituality
Prabhu.
most?
Yeah, usually this part is when the when there is a footballer or someone they score a goal, that's when they do that's the part.
Yes,
When
yes,
you
Prabhu.
choose which book.
Yes, Prabhu. This is exactly this.
Yes.
So I tell them science, philosophy, spirituality, and then they choose, and I give the one who is the closest to the theme, and then we have to say how you say bye. So and sometimes it's like weird. Everything is perfect, and then you just say goodbye. It is weird. So I just point to the Maha Mantra, and I say, last thing. I say, I don't take your time much, you already gave so much. So I point to the mantra and I say, you know how you say I like you in India? We say Hare Krishna. Can you say it? And they say Hare Krishna. And I say, oh, it means you like me. Like that, it makes a joke. It makes a joke, and then I can leave. I start leaving. Like, it looks like this. Like, I would say, like, Hare Krishna. You like me. See you. Take care of you. This is my escape, Prabhu. And then I can go to the next person.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is amazing.
Actually, this thing you have, not that you learn, but it is not that I do it like a robot. I love doing this, Prabhu.
Yes,
That's why I do it. I can do it 500 times, 400 times, I will be happy. Hare Krishna. And the 2 girls, they say Hare Krishna at the same time. When you do group like that, they all say at the same time, Hare Krishna. Like for 4 people, they say Hare Krishna. And I'm like, oh, you are so great. At the same time, my mind exploded. You make them laugh like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
This one, only the lady on the left, she gave a small donation. The guy in the middle and on the right, they were not interested. I saw that there was little opportunity for the girl on the left, so immediately my attention was just on her.
Yes, Prabhu.
They are disturbed. He's watching his phone, and she doesn't believe me. The girl on the right, you see her face?
Yeah.
Like she's thinking, who is this rascal number 1?
Yes, Prabhu.
And now it is finished, the video. So yeah, actually from all the videos, the 2 ladies, they were the best today.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that was really nice. This feels like a big, there is when you play some video game and it's an open world video game, and there is some NPCs that give you some quests. This is like that. In every corner, there's a human that you can go to, and he has a mission for you to distribute the book.
Yeah.
We used to do this, when I was 15 and 16, we used to do similar thing. We went every day outside, and we went to just make jokes with people and meet people. We used to do this. We used to take a magazine, we used to roll it and make it like a microphone. We used to pretend it's a microphone. We used to go them and ask whatever came to our mind. What do you think about this? And we asked them, and we made jokes, and sometimes we made a thing that, okay, today let's pretend whole day we are from Manchester and let's try to speak some accent or something. We used to do all these things. I don't know what happened then. Then something happened and I became more shy too. approach people. So I want to
Mm,
get back to this because I want to every day do this. Like it's so nice actually, because I know what it
yes.
is, but it's so close. I will get there, Prabhu. I won't stop
And,
until I will get
and
there.
the only thing I can tell you, bro, even after 4 years and a half, almost 5 years now, I am still in anxiety for the first people I approach.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
I am
I
still
can
in anxiety,
understand.
like, oh, no one will take. I do not know what to say. People will think I'm just ridiculous. And
Yes,
then you
Prabhu.
kick your mind, and I approach the first, and
Yes,
then
Prabhu. Yeah, this is important for me to talk about this many times and to hear from you and to see these videos because
yeah,
this
bro.
teach a lot and this always give the fire. Otherwise, because it always starts to go down, and when we discuss this again, then always goes up the enthusiasm. So it's really important.
Yes, bro. And you see, Prabhu, I will tell you, like days like that, Gita Jayanti or Ekadashi or appearing days of the Acharyas, they are very auspicious to distribute. Like they're very special days. Like I will
Mhm.
tell you, I was blocked in my town for like 10 days. It was raining, windy, snow. Like I could not go out. I was blocked. But today, for the first time, the weather was nice. Gita Jayanti. So I was like, thank you, Krishna. I could do. And then Prabhu, at the end of the day, when you do it, you have the best feeling in the world in your heart. You know
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada is pleased and Krishna is pleased. And then you share with the devotees. And like now, there's the videos. I can see like it was it in my mind that these things happen, and then you see, I was like, oh wow. And there is one thing I can tell you, Prabhu, that I never knew before I watched these videos. People, they are very happy to get the books.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I've
You
noticed
know,
also from this.
sometimes I'm just absorbed in the literatures. I cannot see the people's face. You know, I point, I speak, but when I look at people, they smile. Like,
Yes, Prabhu.
yesterday, Mataji, she was like that. I took a screenshot, like, not bad. And this kind of thing I could never see. People, they are absorbed, they are interested, they find immediately their coin. I'm like, wow, people, they want this thing, Prabhu. Because unless they have Prabhupada books, they will get a pig body. I
Yes,
speak the
Prabhu.
facts.
Yeah,
They
that's
will
true.
eat intestines full of stool, Prabhu.
Yes,
Remember what we said yesterday.
yeah. Yes, Prabhu. That will happen.
Mm. So, Prabhu, this morning you recorded your nice books during the Japa session.
Yes, Prabhu.
They were really nice, but it is not their place, your home. They
Yes,
must go in
Prabhu, I
people's
know.
hand now.
Yes, Prabhu. Really soon I will go. Tomorrow, I think
Oh,
tomorrow is gonna be sunshine, so we can try tomorrow.
ooh, very nice. Prabhu, you have a card now. Prabhu, you have a card now. It is even better. At the end, you will look like Voltaire, Prabhu, like Louis XV. Here is your card.
Yes, Prabhu.
Wow! It is like perfect shape, Prabhu. It is salt. It is salt on the plate. Potato with salt.
Yes,
Prabhu,
definitely.
please do it, Prabhu. Prabhu, at least one book this December, Prabhu. We need the most distributors because December we already have 25 different book distributors. Karti Prabhu was 25. You can be 26, Prabhu. The more we are, the more we can kick people's face. Like this is happening here, Prabhu. Not a
Yes,
single
Prabhu.
read group they can play like that, Prabhu. I speak the facts.
Yes, I'll at least distribute 1 to 10 books. Let's say.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
I think tomorrow is the opportunity because tomorrow it's good weather, or it's cold still. It's -6, but I think it's doable.
Someone is recording, my dear Prabhu. Sami Prabhu is said tomorrow.
Yes,
We have
Prabhu.
7 witnesses, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Yes, Vivek Prabhu, he said I'm a witness by saying this Haribol. Yes, Vivek Prabhu.
I'm thinking in a case that if I cannot hold them in my hand, because sometimes I have backpack and they are in the like, because yeah, I'm thinking how should I do it? Because I cannot put
Prabhu,
them. book in my pocket, or
Prabhu, do you have a trolley?
no, Prabhu, not yet, but I could get one eventually. It could go.
Prabhu, you can have a handbag, no problem. Backpack is not so good because it will damage the books, it will damage your bag. And don't
Mm.
take 20 books, 5 or 6 for the
Yeah,
beginning. It is
usually I
nice.
take 4 or 5.
Yes, Prabhu. And you can keep in your hands. That's nice. Like that, people, they can.
Yes, Prabhu,
Prabhupada
but it's
says,
freezing cold usually, so I cannot keep
yes,
my hands out too much. I cannot keep
don't,
them out too long time because I need to put them in the pocket to make them a
you,
little.
you don't have gloves, Prabhu?
Yes,
You don't
Prabhu, I
have?
have double gloves, but still it's too cold. It's freezing cold for the fingers. I have like
So,
I
Prabhu,
show my gloves. I use these,
oh,
but I have like I put these and the black ones. I put them like this, and then I have this bigger. Oh, I show you this. Yeah, I put this glove under, and then I put this bigger one on top.
oh, Prabhu, I love these gloves.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
and it still gets cold if I can keep them out like 5 minutes at a time. Then I need to put them in the pocket for a little time. Then I can put them again.
Prabhu, if I had gloves like that, I would tell people, have you ever received books from someone who have such nice gloves? Can you say like that? I would say like that. No joke. I would say, you want them, huh? €2 for you. I would- even I am envious. I want them. It looks
Yes,
like Canada.
yeah, this
The
is
leaf.
Canada gloves.
Just see, Prabhu. Krishna is sending some some instructions to me like that. Prabhu, you know one thing you can do? Uh, Sometimes, not often, I put the books under my arm like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes, and like that, you can have your hands in your pocket. You know, I will tell you, I will show you. Sometimes, when you approach people and you have the books in your hand, people they think you're a Jehovah Witness or a Christian, a crazy
Yeah.
one. But if you are like that, hello, how are you? Fine? Fine. Okay. Oh, I distribute books everywhere. You see, it doesn't see it like surprise. You see it? And
Yes,
you
Prabhu.
can have your hands in your pocket, Prabhu, no problem.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
true.
this is Bhagavad Gita, so it is not too big. So I can walk, normally, and like a bullet, like a rifle, like a gun. Oh, and if it doesn't take, you just put here and I am Sami Prabhu in the street of Finland. Oh, boom.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, tomorrow we will go outside. Haribo.
Oh, Haribo. Yes, Prabhu.
We got sunlight from 9:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock. So it's some 5 hours we can be outside at least.
Very nice.
I wish we
Very
could
nice.
distribute one book so I can get to the list. I want to the list. But for
And also, Prabhu,
next
yes,
year,
Prabhu.
I really want to get to, because this summer I wasted time. So next year my plan is to, before the summer really starts and the whole outdoor season, I want to learn this fully so I can just go from person to person. Because I want to distribute 365 books in 1 year, so it's one book for one day. So that would be my
Oh,
beginning goal.
oh, Prabhu. So you will begin 1st January of next year, huh?
Yes, Prabhu. From that, then I will take this as, because before my goal was to video edit and to do this much better. So now I've changed it to this book distribution. So I want to master it like the video editing. So next year I'm using to this one way or other. That the goal is that in summer, when the summer is there, that then I don't waste any more time, and then it's like a working program that I chant my rounds, then I go outside already, and all the warm time that I can go there, then I will go from different place. Because this summer I was doing it, but I was not distributing books. But in my mind, I was every day thinking that in this place I need to come and distribute book, and there and this I need to. So I've been planning this in my mind. It's been brewing up. So that next year is
Very
big
nice.
year for me in this
Oh,
matter.
wow. Prabhu, tell me you didn't stop the recording. I want to watch this video 10,000 times.
Yes, Prabhu.
Wow.
And my plan is to take Aero Prabhu with me when we get when the snows start to melt again, then we can go
Mm.
properly. Because last summer we were planning to go, but we did nothing. So next summer it must be proper.
And you know, Prabhu, I will tell you the fact like Manu Prabhu is only speaking in English and is only distributing English books. So even in Finland, no problem.
Yes, Prabhu.
People they want. Even in France, if I want
Yeah, here
one day or yes, Prabhu.
if the same thing, if I get it fluently, just by knowing those mantras that you do, same in France, the same things would work here really easily. So if I learn that, even with that, I would get easily 20 to 30 books a month, even if I didn't know it properly. Even if I was just a beginner, just that I remember what to say in that way, that what is the style, then I can do easily.
Yes, Prabhu. You saw the videos like from Alison.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes
Yeah,
from hello to goodbye, it's like 50 seconds.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like quick. And you can definitely do one book a day. This is a very nice goal that you set in your mind. Very nice, Prabhu. Very nice. This is determination. This is yogi.
Yes, Prabhu. Let's hope we can progress in this.
Yes, Prabhu.
Swami Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
could you please add me to the sadhana group?
Yeah.
Prabhu has been asking for 12 years now.
I sorry, Prabhu. Oh yeah, the time is also way too late
Oh,
for Indian devotees.
oh, you
So,
joined the group. Prabhu. Very nice. Very nice. Also, Prabhu, I will tell you, Sami Prabhu, there is a special mention. Like with Nimanitai Prabhu, we decided to add like who is the new distributor,
yes,
who
Prabhu.
has made the most books in a day, who has sold the most sets, who has taken the most photos. Amori Prabhu will win this one.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
Sami Prabhu, you will. Yes,
he's
Prabhu?
really strong. He has come to the platform now that where I want to be in the because he's not thinking about anything. He's just going and he's really advanced in this service. Even if he's not,
Yes.
joining every Istagoshtia or things like this, I see him very advanced because he's going from just like Gianni Prabhu. Somehow they have together, both have infected each other with this mood. So now they're going from morning to evening. And he's
Yes,
not
Prabhu.
shy at all. He can go to any person and he's like brother with them. It's so incredible to see. I always think like how
Yes, bro. I will speak the facts. Amori Prabhu is more advanced than me on this topic. He approach everyone. He doesn't care. Me, I
yes, Prabhu.
calculate everything. But he doesn't care, bro. Everyone is his brother. Like I'm like sometimes I'm afraid like he goes to very evil guy, big guy, drug addict guy. I'm like, Amori Prabhu. And he doesn't care. He put his phone on their face to record and he's pretending he's not recording.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like
Yes,
one
Prabhu.
time he recorded a woman. So she changed the mantra and she see her face on the phone. And she asked, "Are you recording?" And he says, "No, no, no, no." He's literally his phone on his face, on the face.
Prabhu.
Yeah, and he asked everyone to chant the Maha mantra.
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
he found a very nice mantra. He said, "Oh, if you can recite the whole mantra, you are so nice person." And and he just loves doing that. And yeah, Mori Prabhu, when he will be in Canada in 2 months, he will reach a new level, bro.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, definitely. I'm interested to see what's his progress is. But I think he will get initiation fast there. Because he's already doing all that is needed.
Yes, normally it should be in January, Prabhu. normally.
Yes, Prabhu. And he was never shy at all, because when he joined the group, he never spoke the language English, but he came really confidently in every meeting and everywhere. And he's always talking, and he's not rude or anything. He speaks really nicely, even though he doesn't know the English language. He speaks really politely. And then
Yes,
he
Prabhu.
he always wanted, he said, Prahlad Prabhu, can I do Harinam Kirtan? He asked, can I do Kirtan? And every Istagosti he was always singing so nicely. And he has really nice voice also, and he plays kartals really nicely. I don't know how he learned it, but somehow alone he has practiced it, and he's really nice. And he was just doing the Harinam Kirtan, and it sounded already then really nice. And I was thinking, oh, he's ready to preach. And then he started book distribution. Gianni Prabhu said, oh, you also take books. Now it's going on.
Hmm. Yeah, he's very polite. He's very innocent, I would
Yes,
say.
Prabhu.
He's very, very polite, very, very nice devotee. He's very humble. I never heard him when we speak together at phone. He's always not like fake, like,
Yes,
oh, I'm
Prabhu.
fallen. I'm like, this is very spontaneous, and I love this in him, bro.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
bro.
Gianni
Like
Prabhu always told this also, that he will listen whatever he instructs or he tells. He's always listening very nicely.
mm, yes, bro.
What is here going on?
This looks like pineapple. What is it?
Is Pranjal Prabhu here? No, he left. Yes, Prabhu. I'm not sure what it is. Is it Sudarshan Chakra?
And still you put a heart.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, there's so many.
Yes, first time I can distribute. And at the end, Prabhu, you see, I've been kicked by the guard from the university, and I
Oh, really?
recorded it also. Yes, on the last video, he kicked me at the end, at the very end, like 30 seconds.
Oh.
Yes, this guy, he told me, you see, the guy on the right, he took a magazine,
Oh, he
and
did?
he was interested in philosophy from the Romanian and the Greek. So he told me, I'm not sure I will read your magazine. And I said, Pythagore, we say like that in English.
Yes, Prabhu.
I said, he became vegetarian after going to India, which is fact. He met some Brahmins there and he preached about stopping eating meat. And then I told him, Socrates, he believed in reincarnation. This is fact. He spoke about reincarnation the last day of his life.
Yes,
So I
Prabhu.
told him, and the many gods in Romanians, they are taken from the demigods from India. Like that, he was very interested. And this guy, the security guy, he told me, you have no right. You get out, sir. So you know what I did? I speak out loud and I said to the guy who took, I said, because of such very, very nice people like you, we could feed so many millions of people due to your donation. You are such a nice soul, so that he feels bad. I wanted the security guard to feel bad. And
Yes,
like he
Prabhu.
has some remorse because he's thinking I'm some Jehovah Witness. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I told him, I'm just speaking with my friend. Calm down.
Yes, Prabhu.
Je suis désolé. Oui, ça, je reste à l'extérieur. Je parle juste avec mon ami qui me posait des questions sur la civilisation grecque.
Yeah, he told you have some drugs or
Oui,
something.
oui, à l'extérieur.
But at the end, you can see the guy on the right, he will smile. Like he doesn't care. And he has his magazine.
Yes, Prabhu.
We will see it like in 2 seconds, maybe. Oh no. So
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
a
it.
little before.
Yeah, I saw it at the end.
And then I left. But he was a very nice guy. And I wanted to speak more with him because people who likes philosophy, they are very rare. I had some things to
Yes,
tell
Prabhu.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the end of the day, he has a magazine, so it will preach better than me.
Haribol.
Very nice.
But I will watch them today, all like from start to. Okay, Prabhus. Now it's getting too late. What is the time? It's 11 in India.
Oh,
Thank you so much, everyone, for your association.
thank you.
very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Panchakalpatarupishta kripa sindhupyaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Very, very last thing, Sami Prabhu. Thank you for telling Luesh Prabhu to join for the Japa session on the French group. Now he's joined the group.
Yes, Prabhu, because I was in one group, I was with Amari Prabhu. In one group, I was with Luvesh Prabhu. I was thinking, why am two separate? Then I just shared the video chat invite link, and then he joined there.
Yes, Prabhu. And actually render the service to the French. Actually, this is a rule, we can say. You render one service to the French devotees, you join.
Ah, yes,
And
Prabhu.
he translated so many sentences because I sell the Bhagavad Gita in German now.
Ah, yes,
And
Prabhu.
he translated so many things. So I tell him, okay, you rendered your big service. Now you join.
Yes,
So it
Prabhu.
is
That's
nice.
very nice. Good that he
And Prabhu, very, very, very last thing. I love the guru on your pot of yogurt that you showed us during the Japa session. I was in another universe, bro. What's happening?
These are heroes.
Let me take a screenshot, bro. What? Thank you for Darshan, Prabhu.
He's the yogurt Babaji.
You're good, Babaji.
He's the yogurt Acharya. He has the sampradaya.
Krishna, this is too much. Thank you, Prabhu. My life is complete now.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu.